I've been quietly building my survival stockpile for 15 years, and I'm about to say something that will make a lot of traditional preppers furious. While everyone is sprinting to the big box stores, buying the same tired lists off the same blogs, I've been stocking 7 very specific foods that almost no one in the survival community talks about. I don't mention them on forums. I don't brag about them to friends. I don't even tell my closest prepping buddies. Because I watched what happened in 2023. When the supply chain buckled, you know what vanished first? The prepper classics. White rice, gone in 48 hours. Canned goods, stripped bare in days. Beans, pasta, instant potatoes, wiped out. But the 7 foods I'm about to walk you through? They were still sitting there on the shelves, fully stocked, ignored, while people literally argued over the last bag of pinto beans. That's when it hit me. If you're following the crowd, you're not preparing, you're competing. So this is a different path. 7 foods, dirt cheap, hiding in plain sight, hyper-resilient, nutrient-dense, morale-saving. The third one costs under $3 in any random grocery store, while other preppers are dropping $40 on freeze-dried junk that tastes like warm cardboard. And the 7th one is so obvious, you're going to wonder why nobody ever talks about it. Let's start with the strangest one. Miso paste, the Immortal protein bomb. I know exactly what you're thinking. Miso, that's some fancy Japanese restaurant ingredient. What does that have to do with survival? Last month I was talking to a food scientist who spent 20 years studying fermented foods. She told me something that completely rewired my idea of shelf life. Archaeologists in Japan opened a sealed ceramic pot. Inside was miso paste. Over 200 years old. They tested it. Still safe to eat. That's not a gimmick. That's what happens when you take soybeans, salt, and koji culture and let time do its work. Miso is alive, packed with beneficial bacteria. Where bags of white rice and beans just sit there, slowly losing nutrients, miso actually improves with age when stored correctly. Fermentation doesn't just preserve, it transforms. And here's the part preppers are blind to. 1 tablespoon of miso paste plus hot water equals instant soup. Not bland, chemical soup. Deep, savory, meat-like umami. I keep 12 tubs of miso hidden in a secondary stockpile. About $36 total. In terms of meals, that's hundreds of cups of hot, salty, probiotic-rich soup that will outlast almost everything else in my pantry. During a week-long power outage, I learned just how important that is. Your body craves salt under stress. Electrolytes keep your muscles, nerves, and brain from shorting out. You can swallow straight salt if you want, but it gets old very, very fast. Miso is salt with a soul, complex, rich. 1 spoonful into cloudy rice water, and suddenly you're not eating survival sludge. You're sipping something that could pass in a restaurant. And it's not just taste. Recent research in the Journal of Food Science found that the probiotics in miso support immune function under extreme stress. When your gut is wrecked from anxiety and monotony, when everyone else is getting sick on bland carbs and canned meat, miso quietly holds the line for your immune system. Here's the trick. Buy unpasteurized miso from the refrigerated section. Yes, the label says keep refrigerated. That's regulation, not reality. Japan stored miso at room temperature for centuries before electricity existed. I keep mine in a cool, dark place. 3 years. No issue. High salt content means nothing nasty grows. I leave it in the original container, sealed tight. Every few months I check it. The smell, the texture, the taste, unchanged. In the prepper world, we obsess over calorie counts and forget there's a difference between staying alive and actually being able to function. Miso is one of the rare foods that does both. The flavor miracle nobody mentions. If you've never used it, it looks boring. Yellow flakes in a plastic jar. It sits in the health food aisle like an afterthought. I found it by accident 2 years ago, picked it up, read the label, then went home and started digging deeper. Here's the part that hit me hardest. Nutritional yeast is one of the only shelf-stable plant-based sources of a full B vitamin profile, including B12. In a long-term crisis, where meat is erratic or scarce, B vitamin deficiencies sneak up fast. Fatigue, brain fog, poor decision-making, mood swings. Last winter, a prepper friend of mine hit that wall. He'd done everything right. canned meat, rice, beans, soup. 2 weeks into living off his stash during a brutal storm, he was exhausted, irritable, and couldn't think straight. A doctor later told him it was likely a B vitamin deficiency. My family? Fine, because I'd been dusting nutritional yeast onto everything. Here's why that matters. 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast can cover your daily B vitamin needs. And unlike multivitamins that start degrading around 18 months, a study from the Institute of Food Technologists found that nutritional yeast maintains its profile for up to 5 years when stored properly. That's longevity. That's stability. But let me tell you the real superpower. It tastes like cheese. Not kind of cheesy. Not vaguely savory, like Parmesan. For real. In a survival setting where morale is everything, the ability to make bland rice taste like cheesy risotto is psychological gold. I sprinkle it on popcorn. I stir it into soups. I mix it into rice as it cooks. Every meal ramps up in flavor and nutrition. One container runs me around $12 and lasts 3 months for my family. I keep 4 in a hidden pantry, transferred into airtight jars with oxygen absorbers. And here's the quiet advantage. During shortages, nobody raids the health food coop for nutritional yeast. When the big box stores are chaos, the natural food section sits there in fluorescent silence, fully stocked. Everyone else is chasing instant mac and cheese. You're sitting at home, turning plain oats into something that tastes like savory breakfast grits. Third, dried mushrooms. Nature's umami amplifier. Shiitake, porcini, oyster. Even plain old button mushrooms. Dried, bagged, forgotten on the bottom shelf of an Asian market. 3 years ago, I did something most preppers only talk about. I lived off my stockpile for 21 days. No cheating, no takeout, no, just this once. By day 9, I hit a wall. Physically, I was okay, but mentally, I was done. The food was bland. The textures were monotonous. Meals started to feel like punishment instead of fuel. Then I remembered a dusty bag of dried shiitake I'd shoved in the back of a cupboard. I soaked a handful in warm water, waited 20 minutes, chopped them, tossed them into rice and beans. The difference was like flipping a switch, the smell, the depth. Suddenly it tasted like a meal again, not a chore. Dried mushrooms are 90% lighter than fresh, but retain nearly all their nutritional value. 1 pound of dried equals about 10 pounds fresh. That's huge space efficiency. But there's more. A 2024 study out of Cornell found that dried mushrooms are one of the few non-animal sources of vitamin D. If you're trapped indoors for weeks, hiding from weather or worse, vitamin D deficiency becomes a real threat. Depression, weak bones, compromised immunity. A handful of dried mushrooms stirred into dinner quietly counteracts that. The move is simple. Go to any Asian grocery. In the back, usually on a low shelf, you'll find bags of dried shiitake, oyster, wood ear, porcini. $8 to $15 a pound there, versus $30 or more at a fancy store. I keep 5 varieties. Shiitake for immune support. Oyster for texture. Porcini for deep, earthy richness. Here's the trick nobody tells you. Don't throw away the soaking water. That cloudy brown liquid is concentrated mushroom broth. Its flavor and nutrients dissolved in water. Cook rice in it. Add it to soup. Drink it as a hot drink if you're desperate and cold. It's like liquid comfort. For storage, dried mushrooms are almost insultingly easy. Keep them in original bags or move them to mason jars. Cool, dark place. Check once in a while for moisture, but honestly, properly dried mushrooms are nearly indestructible. I have jars over 4 years old. Still perfect. And in a world where you might be stretching tiny amounts of meat across many meals, or have no meat at all, dried mushrooms give you the illusion of it. They deliver the meaty taste your brain craves, without refrigeration or spoilage. They make just beans and rice feel like something you chose, not something you're trapped with. Fourth, tahini, ground sesame seed paste, the calorie-dense powerhouse. At first glance, it looks like some trendy health food, a Middle Eastern niche ingredient, not prepper food. But talk to any nutritionist who understands emergencies, and you'll hear the same truth. Calories are survival. 2 tablespoons of tahini deliver roughly 180 calories, 16 grams of fat, and 5 grams of protein. It's a dense block of energy and nutrients. Most prepper pantries are heavy on carbs, rice, pasta, oats. Those burn fast. They spike and crash. Without enough fat, you're hungry again in an hour. Last summer, a 10-day heat wave took down the power in my area. On day 6, my neighbor, a very serious prepper, knocked on my door. He looked wrecked. He'd been eating beans, rice, and instant potatoes. Tons of carbs, no real fat. Every afternoon, he hit a wall. Meanwhile, I was coasting. Because I'd been stirring tahini into everything. Into oatmeal, onto crackers, into rice and vegetables. The fat slowed digestion, kept my energy stable, and my mood level. Tahini is ridiculously versatile. Mix it with water and salt, and you have a creamy sauce. Add garlic and lemon powder, and it becomes instant hummus without needing chickpeas. Stir it into soup to turn it from thin to rich. An international food science journal reported that tahini holds its nutritional integrity for up to 3 years at room temperature, longer than opened peanut butter. No fridge required. I buy it in glass jars from Middle Eastern grocers for $6 instead of $12 at mainstream stores. Once opened, I store jars upside down. That keeps the oil from sitting on top and prevents rock-hard separation. Cool, dark cabinet. That's it, and when everyone else strips the peanut butter aisle bare during a scare, tahini sits quietly on the shelf, ignored, which is exactly how I like it. 8 jars in my hidden stockpile add up to thousands of calories of healthy fat. No cooking, no prep. Just open, spoon, and survive. 5th, canned fish roe, the omega-3 bomb, not luxury caviar. I'm talking salmon roe, cod roe, or flying fish roe. Msago, Tobiko, $3 to $5 a can at the right store. This one is weird for Western palates, but nutritionally, it's a sledgehammer. Per ounce, fish roe is one of the richest sources of omega-3 fatty acids on the planet. In a crisis, omega-3s are not a lifestyle choice. They're brain fuel. They reduce inflammation, support mental health, and keep your thinking sharp. On a 3-week bug-out simulation, I watched this play out in real time. By week 2, everyone around me was edgy, snapping, making sloppy decisions. We were eating carbs, some protein, but very little quality fat. I opened a can of salmon roe I'd brought just to test, mixed it into rice. The next day, the difference in mood and focus was obvious. Not miraculous, just better, clearer. Canned roe lasts for years without refrigeration. Each small can holds complete protein plus massive omega-3s. One can mixed into 2 cups of rice can feed 4 people a nutritionally dense meal. A study from a marine biology institute in 2023 found that properly canned roe retains its nutrients for up to 5 years at room temperature. My method is simple. Open can, drain liquid, stir roe gently into whatever is on the plate. Rice, pasta, crackers. The texture is a little strange at first, but you adapt. Your brain will thank you. For cost efficiency, I hit Asian markets. Flying fish Rio, Masago, Tobiko, runs about $4 a can. Cheaper than salmon roe, similar benefits. I keep 20 cans. That's 20 emergency brain and mood boosts, sitting silently in a dark corner of my pantry. In a real collapse, mental health is survival. The line between I can handle this and I'm done is thinner than you think. Omega-3s help keep you on the right side of that line. 6th, powdered peanut butter, the space-saving protein trick. For years, I stuffed shelves with regular peanut butter, 40 pounds at one point. Heavy jars, limited shelf life, oil separation, rancid smell if you pushed it too far. Then I found powdered peanut butter and realized I'd been doing it wrong. Strip out most of the oil, and what's left is protein, flavor, and flexibility. Stored properly, powdered peanut butter lasts 5 years or more, takes up 1/3 of the space, weighs less, and you decide how and when to add the fat and water. When you want a spread, you mix it thick. When you want a sauce, you thin it out. Sprinkle it dry into pancake batter, oatmeal, or soups for an instant protein bump. Use it as a seasoning on savory dishes. Food scientists have shown that without the oil, the protein is often more digestible, more bioavailable. Your body can pull what it needs more efficiently. A 2-pound container runs about $12 and equals roughly 6 pounds of regular peanut butter, which would cost double that. I buy unsweetened versions. Sugar shortens shelf life and limits use. Plain powder is neutral and adaptable. Stored in wide-mouth mason jars with oxygen absorbers, it outlasts nearly everything else in my dry stockpile. And again, during panics, the main peanut butter shelf gets raided. The powdered section, still there, dusty, undisturbed. I keep 10 containers. That's 20 pounds of compact, stable protein, ready to be turned into 100 different meals. 7th, Pickle Brine, the Electrolyte Lifesaver, not the cucumbers. The liquid you pour down the drain without thinking. For years, I tossed it. Then a summer outage changed that forever. 3 years ago, power went out during a brutal heat wave. By day 4, my family was a mess. Headaches, fatigue, general weakness. We were drinking water, but it wasn't enough. Something was missing. Then I remembered athletes chugging pickle juice on the sidelines to stop cramps. We had 2 almost empty jars in the fridge. We each drank about a quarter cup. Within half an hour, the change was impossible to ignore. The headaches eased. The heaviness lifted. We felt functional again. That's when I realized I'd been dumping liquid gold down the sink for years. Pickle brine combines sodium, potassium, magnesium, and vinegar. Exactly what your body needs to restore electrolyte balance and stave off heat stress and dehydration. And from a prepping standpoint, it's perfect. High salt and acid mean nothing unwanted grows in it. It lasts almost indefinitely. I have jars of saved brine that are 2 years old, still sharp, still potent. Sports science research has shown pickle brine can restore electrolyte balance up to 40% faster than many commercial sports drinks. And it costs you nothing extra because you already paid for the pickles. My system is simple. Every time we finish a jar of pickles, I pour the brine into smaller mason jars, label the date, screw on the lid, move it to the prep pantry. Right now I have about 20 jars, 20 ready-made, no-cost electrolyte shots waiting for the next heat wave, stomach bug, or exhaustion crash. And here's the borderline genius part. You can reuse that brine to quick pickle fresh vegetables. If you're growing food and can't store it long-term, drop sliced cucumbers, carrots, green beans, peppers into your saved brine. Instant extended shelf life. Crunchy. Safe. Tasty. In a bug-out scenario where weight matters, a small bottle of pickle brine might be more valuable than plain water. It's hydration plus critical minerals in one hit. Storage couldn't be easier. Cool, dark, sealed, that's it. So, step back and look at the pattern. While everyone else is loading carts with the same white rice, canned chili, and bulk beans, you now know 7 foods that last for years, some for decades. Pack real nutrition, not just empty calories. Support your immune system, brain, and mood. Turn boring survival rations into actual meals, and will probably still be sitting on the shelf when the standard prepper foods vanish. Miso paste, nutritional yeast, dried mushrooms, tahini, canned fish roe, powdered peanut butter, pickle brine. These are the foods I actually hide in my stockpile. Not because I'm greedy, but because I learned the hard way that the smartest prepping strategy is not copying the loudest voices. It's thinking differently, quietly, deliberately. If any of this shifted how you see your own pantry, take a second and really sit with that feeling. Ask yourself, how much of my preparation is just me following the herd? If the answer makes you uncomfortable, that's good. That's where change starts. Let me know which of these 7 surprised you the most. And before you drop another $1 on the same gear everyone else is chasing, remember, the best survival plan is the one nobody else is making. Stay smart, stay prepared, and stay just a little bit strange.